And it can get really tricky getting all the color matching correct. I mean, you as the brand owner, you just care about the final product. You know, like this is a pink and this is a blue, but there's many different kinds of pink and there's many different kinds of blue. So if you want a custom color, then the fabric MOQ goes up a lot. Well, first understand that there's a fiber yarn, and then the yarn can be either knitted or woven. You don't necessarily have to know all those technical details. You can just go to a factory like this and literally go through one at a time and say, oh yeah, this is exactly what I want. It has the right hand feel, the right weight, and then you can just work with the factory and say, give me this. But if you really grow your brand and you start making custom fabric, and now you go work directly with the fabric mills, you can start controlling those things. You can control the fiber, control the yarn to get the effects and the types of fabrics that you want. So that's kind of like stage 2. The other thing is colors. Today we're visiting a sublimation factory, and sublimation is about printing colors onto paper and then transferring those colors from the paper to the fabric. Okay. And you have to start on a computer screen. So you're looking at an RGB screen, but these printers, they print out CMYK, which are different color profiles. And it can get really tricky getting all the color matching correct. I mean, you as the brand owner, you just care about the final product. Like this is a pink and this is a blue, but there's many different kinds of pink and there's many different kinds of blue.
So am I wrong here? This is printed onto the shirt. So the shirt's white and then this is
correct.
Placed.
Yeah, that's sublimation. That's what you're gonna learn about today after we walk around here. And that's one of the options you have.
Yes.
The only problem is you have to use polyester. You can do as little as 1 yard with sublimation printing. How do you manage colors? There is an international standard called Pantone, and Pantone has a color book. So if you know your Pantone color, you just give the Pantone color code to the factory and just say, this is what I need. And then you let them do their magic, and then they give you the final result, like for example, a shirt like this, and then you check the red according to your Pantone. And if you're happy that the Pantone red is the same red that's here, then you're done.
Okay.
But if the red comes out darker or lighter than the Pantone that you had chosen, the factory has to do it again.
Okay.
So you need to know about Pantone when you're dealing with fabrics. There's also a lot of finishes on fabrics like mercerizing, anti-UV, antimicrobial, and wicking, right?
Okay.
And there's mechanical, there's ways to get all these functions mechanically, and there's also chemical ways. And you can add the chemicals at the fiber level, at the yarn level, and after the fabric's been knitted. So that's a whole another area of expertise in itself. Doing small quantity, like what I call ultra small, which would be like 20 pieces, 50 pieces, you have to use fabric that's readily available. Well, if we assume 1 meter per garment, that would be 70 garments.
Yes.
So it's going to somewhere between 50 to 80, depending. I mean, if you're doing broad tops, right? If you got 70 meters of fabric and you're doing broad tops, you might do 200. But if you're like doing an oversized hip hop type a garment, and you've got from like size small all the way up to triple XL, with 70 meters of fabric, you might only get 40 garments.
Sure.
Right.
Okay.
If you want a custom color, then the fabric MOQ goes up a lot. Or if you just want a custom fabric, something that they haven't set their machines up for, the MOQ for fabric could go also like 1,000 to 2,000 meters.